For about 6 months, I was the really weird kid at school. I had zero attention from girls. And I was sitting in my room in like basically this exact setup. And I was thinking like, bro, I was filming a video. I was just like, bro, I wish I was talking to a girl right now. I really want to meet a girl I really like. Comparing that to literally having girls upset over me this Saturday. That is a story I'm not getting into on camera, but I met a bunch of girls that were really into me. Like, this is not an experience that I was used to having as a young guy, and obviously I've developed the confidence to go speak to new people. And I'm gonna teach you all these things and how it can become easy for you. I don't want you to find approaching girls a super hard thing. I want it to become easy for you, and I know exactly how to teach you how to do that. I'm gonna talk about these things. I'm gonna talk about this advice I gave 2 guys, and the next night out that both of them went on, they both hooked up with 5 different girls, like kissed. And you know, you can use all this advice for evil or good or whatever, but at the end of the day, I just want you to have a better life. And like, probably being a slag isn't gonna be the best route for that, but you know, you do you, bro, I don't mind. And the last thing that I'm gonna get into is that looks is a fucking scam, bro. Looks doesn't really change shit. And I'm gonna get into that at the end of this video, but for now, I'm Finn. I help young guys make really good friends. And if you like social skills content, most of my videos are social skills oriented, because like by getting good at social skills, you will become good at getting girls. So that's why this is like, I think that social skills is a way better topic. But let me get into this advice, bro. The first thing that I want to tell you is I went to the races, which is like the Hong Kong horse races, an event where quite a few people go. It's like a chill gathering spot. And you know, you go there, you may have a drink or two, you put on a couple bets with the horses. There's a lot of people there who are young, about my age, which is a perfect place for me to go because I can meet people in my age group, in my demographic, and I have a chance to speak to them, and they're not all just straight degenerates, you know? Most people do go out every like few weeks and go have a beer at the races, or like they may go to like the people who go to clubs, they may be like, okay, more outgoing people, they may be more like degenerates, right? But this is an event, you go to find a place where you'd be happy to get to know a lot of the people going to that event. And so I picked the races. The first night I went, I bumped into these 2 school friends and this girl that they were with, and we were speaking. I hung out with them for like the next 3-4 hours, and I went home. I basically didn't talk to anybody. When I went there by myself, I was in a really bad mood. I didn't really speak to anybody. My social skills weren't up there. And so as a result, I got 0 attention from girls. I didn't hear anything from a girl for that week. And then, my looks didn't change the next week. I still had the same haircut. I still looked the same the next time I was there. In fact, I looked bloated and worse the next time I went. This was before I bleached my hair, so that can't be a factor. It was the exact same hairstyle. I went out, and when I got there, I went with my friend. I did like this warm-up method that I'm gonna teach you in a second. I went with a friend, we started speaking to more and more and more people, and that night I met a girl who became really into me. I went up to a bunch, bro, I like, it low-key kind of blew my mind how much attention I was getting from people, how much people were receptive to me, just because I was going out in a super confident mood, smiling, happy. The social skills was the only thing that changed. I looked worse, I was bloated, I didn't look good in comparison to the week before. But what changed is how much I wanted to go and talk to people, the energy that I brought, the happiness, the warming up with many people, being around friends, all of these factors. It's not fucking looks, okay? Looks is a fucking scam. I promise you. Obviously, if you're atrocious looking, it's gonna be hard to be this social. If you're super fat and you have horrible acne. But if you're below average looking, then it shouldn't even be a factor. As long as you're not atrocious, you're completely in the clear, and there's not a single excuse. And I don't want you to say, oh, I'm completely atrocious because I kind of have a skinny fat build. Just wear a jacket. Just wear clothes that kind of cover you up. Just play to your advantage, all right? That's the first point I needed to make. And by the way, including social skills is you're going up to new people, you're going up to new girls. But I still get it, you know, it's hard to go out and speak to new girls. I'm gonna teach you something about that. This is the tactic I use so that when I go out, I get, the times that I use this tactic, I always have the best fucking time and I always meet girls. I went out to this under 18 event in Australia where basically a bunch of teenagers go there. I was 16, 17 at the time, roughly. A lot of people who go there were 15 to 17, so it was about my age group. And when I got there, before I got there, 3 hours before, my friend came over to mine, we went to the gym, we cooked some steaks, and we had a coffee, we were in a good mood, and when we're walking there, we're talking to a few people, we meet our friend at the front, we're talking to him, and we walk in, and then there's this girl that I know who I'm friends with, and I say hi to her, I introduce her and her friend to my friend. We're still awkward at the start, we're still like sitting there in a bit of an uncomfortable mood. So we go inside, and we slowly start saying hi to a few people. But I noticed 5 minutes in, we're literally in the middle of the dance floor just staring at each other like, oh, we're basically just fucking awkward as shit. And so I said to him, I'm like, yo bro, let's go talk to some ugly ass motherfuckers or something so we can warm up socially. I don't mean this in a rude way, I mean like, go find some unintimidating guys, bro. Why do you want to go talk to the 6'6" jacked dude, bro? That guy's scary. Why do you want to go talk to the 10 out of 10? That girl's scary. Just go talk to somebody who's like a happy looking dude, approachable, like somebody who's just, or a small or something. Just say, hey, how you going? And what really surprised us, which surprises every guy when you're in a bad social mood, how nice people were. Hey, how you going? Everybody said, hey, good to meet you. Ask me questions about myself. At a social event that you go to, and not even everybody was drinking because it's like you can't bring drinks in, but some people would pregame. But the point is, everybody was very receptive. We weren't like, you know, we were, okay, I'm not gonna lie, like, I know that I'm fairly attractive, but it wasn't my looks that changed anything, because at the start of the night, it was like no outcome was coming my way. But as I became more social, as I forced myself to use the social skills techniques that I'm teaching you right now, by starting to speak to less intimidating people, and just pushing, like, yeah, it might even be hard to talk to somebody intimidating. Sorry, it might be hard to talk to somebody who's like looks goofy, even though they're like not that intimidating. But once you get in like 5 conversations with some less intimidating dudes, then you start talking to some cool guys who you see around. Like, yo, you look big as shit. You been in the gym, bro? And then after that, you start talking to a few girls, say, hey, what's your guys' names? Nice to meet you all. You're not flirting. You're just being friendly. Okay, that's important at the start. And then after 2 hours, we really were struggling socially, bro. Like, I'm overhyping how easy it was. We were literally standing there staring, like had nothing to say. Then I did the first fucking approach. I went up to a girl. It was fucking scary. I'm like, hey, what's your name? I thought you were very pretty. I literally stuttered. It was awkward. She fucking rejected me. But like, okay, that's not a loss, bro. That is not a loss at all, right? That's an important thing. When you go up to a girl, you shouldn't be caring. You shouldn't be trying to get their Insta. You should genuinely just go and speak. And then if you see that they're interested in you, then you can start talking. Like, we have too much of an obsession about getting numbers, bro. That shit is so retarded. Like, you want to get a girl who you want to go on a date with or hang out with and have a good time, you know? You don't want to just get as many numbers for your validation. That's so weird. So we did this. I probably went up to like 3 girls and got shot down before I went up to this girl and started hitting it off really well, started dancing with her, started kissing her. And I don't want to get in any more details, but after that rest of the night was golden, bro. The amount of attention that I got from girls, I still kept speaking to everybody, saying hi. Dude, if I could say this on my channel, this is something I genuinely don't want to say publicly. You would be like shocked at, like, if you could see how I was moving that night with your own eyes, your brain would fucking explode. Like, how can somebody pull that off? It was literally just my social skills. It was just these methods. I'm gonna teach you the next most important method, but literally going from having one of the most awkward social nights to having the best fucking night ever, bro. We went home, we were at McDonald's with these 2 girls at 1 a.m., which is like 2 hours, 3 hours after the event ended. And then we went home and we had like 100 stories to tell for the next half a year. And we became so much closer, this guy and I. So I really do recommend. We didn't drink, by the way. Like, it was one of those under 18 events where you weren't gonna get drinks inside. Like, there's not really any pressure to drink, right? So we didn't even end up drinking and we still had an amazing time. The other method, I've been testing this out lately, and it's basically where you know how you go to the gym, you get warmed up so you perform a bit better? Imagine if you went to the gym and you weren't even able to lift 5 kilos. So you start at 1 kilo, then you go to 2 kilos, then you go 3 kilos, 4 kilos, 5 kilos. Imagine if you move up the weight every single set and you actually started to be able to do the 5 kilo weights, okay? Just as an analogy. that's not really how it works in the gym, and that's why people get confused when I say gym and social skills is similar in a sense. Because in gym, you like, no matter what you really do, you're not gonna just bench press double your weight on one day. But that's what I love about social skills. In terms of like, you could literally meet a girl who changes your life. You could meet your girlfriend on one night out, you click with somebody so well, they end up being the sweetest person ever, then you have a girlfriend for the next 3 years of your life. Or, for example, this Saturday, I met the manager of this club. I'm most likely gonna ask him, can I work bartending in your club? It's a popular club, I'm gonna meet so many people. Then I have 1,000 stories to tell you. You have the rebound effect, money, go on a trip. All of this shit happens, and that's what I fucking love about social skills, bro. I love this topic. Because you meet one dickhead who's a smart dickhead, and not in a disrespectful way. You meet one smart motherfucker, and your whole life can change. When before you go to an event and you're walking through the street, just say, "How are you, mate?" Like this, "How are you, mate?" You're walking, "How are you, mate?" I don't care if they respond or not. I don't give a fuck. You probably will when you start. As soon as you do this, you don't care. You realize, once you said it, it doesn't even fucking matter. And you keep doing it. And you're literally training yourself in like the mental skill, like the embarrassments. To be social, you need to be pretty good with embarrassing moments, by the way. And the thing is, you need to desensitize yourself to embarrassment, bro. It's not a bad thing. My friend made a whole fucking TED talk on this, which I really fuck with. I'm not getting into that too much now. But like, the more comfortable you are tripping over, and you just get up and you say, "Oh, I tripped over." The more comfortable with those kinds of like fucking dumb, embarrassing things, or you went up to a girl, you were like, you fucking stuttered, and you do that. The more embarrassing moments you stack up, the more social you'll be. Direct correlation, bro. So, every time you say, "How are you?" to somebody, you're getting comfortable in your skin. You're getting comfortable starting that conversation. You're getting comfortable, that was embarrassing. When you eventually bring your embarrassment level up, which is like one example, the analogy that I'm using, then all of a sudden, you're gonna have like the most insanely fun nights out. And it's easy to bring your embarrassment level up for a few hours. It's hard to do this permanently, right? That's why I recommend you go on this leads into my next point, you go on one night out. Just one night out. And when you go on that one night out, what ends up happening is for 5 hours event, 2 hours you spend getting super social, you hang out with a friend before, you do the "how are you" method on the way there, you get there, you speak to the less attractive looking guys, the less intimidating guys, you talk to more and more people. By the end of that night, not only is your embarrassment tolerance gone up, your conversation abilities have just quadrupled at least, and you're gonna be way more social for the rest of your life. If it's a big enough night, it will change your personality forever. In the last week, went out 5 times. Way too much, by the way. I need to prioritize my goals, but I'm happy I did it in the sense where my social skills fucking skyrocketed, lad. If I can just maintain the same social skills for a good month, then I don't see any problems with me meeting a girl finally meeting a girl that I really want to date. Because I find it hard to meet a girl that I actually want to date. Although I do get a lot of attention from girls. I can't teach you how to get your girlfriend that is the girl of your dreams. I can just teach you, I've gotten a girlfriend before, I broke up with her because she wasn't the one. Because I'm only 18. All I'm teaching you is how you can get attention from girls. And then you got to figure out like how, I can tell you how to have a girl who's like borderline obsessed with you, or if not obsessed with you. I can explain that to you. And recently I found a girl who was kind of like exactly what I was looking for, the one, right? And we didn't work because she moved overseas. But I can 100% teach you how to do all of this. I just don't want you to think you're gonna do this and within like 3 weeks you're gonna meet the girl of your dreams. Because you might, you definitely might. And it's easy, the younger you are, the higher likelihood of this happening. I'm just saying that girls and like dating is you want to get to the point where you can meet a girl every time you go out. But like, if you want to meet your dream girlfriend, then there's other things you need to improve, you know? And that's why I don't really fuck with talking about like dating, because although I know a lot about this topic, I'm more the social skills guy. I'm teaching you how social skills gets you insane attention from girls. I'm not teaching you how to find your wife, bro. I'm not that guy. I'm only 18, right? Anyways, the point is, I went out 5 times. I did this warm-up technique before I went out. I'd been social for the whole night, and at 12 or maybe 1, I met these 3 Russian girls. I was speaking to them. We clicked amazingly well. They really liked me. They were laughing at all my jokes. They came with me to go somewhere. I introduced them to my friends. Something happened between one of these girls and I. She was really into me. I have a really funny video, but I'm not gonna leak it now, bro. It's a secret video, right? I wouldn't have done that a week before. If I hadn't gone on those 5 nights out, I wouldn't have been able to. I was literally walking and I said, hey, have you guys seen this Indian looking guy about this tall? And started speaking to them for half an hour. And then hanging out with them for another few hours. I definitely wouldn't have been able to do that the week before unless it, like, sometimes you get lucky, right? But this one, I approached these girls genuinely as friends, genuinely having a chat. And when you do all these techniques that I've taught you so far in the video, these really sick outcomes come to you, bro. Girls become really into you. When it rains, it pours, bro. Maybe the first week of approaching girls, you get shot down by 20. If you're a real hard grinder, you're a committer, you go up to 20 girls. First of all, if you do that, you're like the top 0.001% of girls, and you will for a fact meet a girl probably faster than me. I don't even have the courage to go up to that many girls, bro. That shit is scary as fuck. I don't do that much. So if you do that, and you may be getting shit outcomes for now, then all you need to do is kind of like work on your social skills, get a few opinions from somebody, and then if you keep up that confidence, I guarantee you're gonna find one of the most beautiful girlfriends, sweetest people in the fucking world, if you have that level of confidence, bro. Because I'm a social skills maxer, bro. I'm a social skills guy, and even I don't even have that confidence every day. I mean, yeah, like on a night out, I'm gonna go approach some girls and shit, but I get really scared. I'm not naturally social. That's why I recommend this technique of going out a lot for 1 to 2 weeks, going to many functions. I spoke to like at least 50 people each function I went to. I have a vlog of it. It was like a really like good development, like social development phase for me, right? And then the outcome is girls adding up my Instagram, girls to go on dates with. I went on a date with a girl recently. Like, these things come to you. And I mean, dude, if you were me, you would probably get in a relationship with like some of the girls that you've met, but I'm just looking for a specific type of person. So that's why like I haven't continued to date the girls that I've met. Now, the next point I want to make, just do one approach, bro. Once you've gone to the social event, you're going to get to that point halfway through the night. You've spoken to a bunch of guys. Just do the approach, bro. It's easier. It's way easier if you go and you do this shit in public, or like if you're with all your friends, you're at a party and you go off for like 15 minutes and you go up to some random girl. Because when you're never gonna see them again, you don't want to have a rep for like approaching a lot of girls. But the thing is, that's also really in your mind. And honestly, I just projected a limiting belief on you. I'm scared that if I go up to a girl, they're gonna tell people and everyone's gonna find out in Hong Kong. But probably that has definitely already happened, but it doesn't even fucking matter. It doesn't change anything, because as long as you're respectful, you're a good person, you're not pushing anything too much. And why would you be ashamed that you went up to a girl you thought was pretty? That's valid. They got an ego boost from that, you know? The advice that brings us all together, just start walking towards them. You see a girl, just start walking and just say, hey, how are you? How are you? Speak to them. And a little bit of a segue point, just stand there and be comfortable speaking to them. Don't immediately think, oh, I gotta go. Just think in your mind, just stand there and say, and just, ask her a few questions. If it goes a little bit silent for a second, that's okay. It's a bit weird when you go up to somebody and you're silent off the bat. You want to say, at least start the convo. Hey, how are you? You can speak very slowly. That's completely fine. Long pauses. That's great, actually. But what I don't think you should do is if you walk up to a girl and you stand there for half a minute staring at her. That's weird silence. That's actually weird. Normally, silence it's not weird at all. If I go up to somebody, hey, how are you? Nice to meet you. It felt long, but it wasn't actually in that moment. All it did was like increase the excitement, shows that you're calm in the conversation. As long as you hold the eye contact, so like silence doesn't matter at all. Just walk towards somebody, and when you have thoughts in your mind, say, oh, she won't like me, just ignore your thoughts. This lesson is actually extremely simple. Take it from an older brother point of view, a more advanced point of view. When your brain says, oh, she won't like me, just ignore that shit. Doesn't matter at all. Fuck that off. The prettiest girls that have been Actually, the girls that have been most into me are the girls that I thought at first would like me the least. Because if you think if a girl, yo, she's way out of my league, she's a 10, yo, every guy in this whole school thinks she's pretty, okay, that makes sense. You might not wanna, like, you might think you can't pull her. But if you just go up to her and you like, hey, nice to meet you, and you may be doubting yourself, but you just pretend like you don't doubt yourself. You fake it till you make it, pretend you're confident. I'll take a 1% chance on the prettiest girl in my school going to approach her, because that 1% chance is that I meet like this super sweet girl. Like, obviously looks isn't all, but like, I take the 1% chance. Honestly, that shit is life changing. And as long as they're not a fucking, if you go up to a girl and you're polite and you're like, oh, you're very pretty, and you want to like go on a date with them, and you say that, and they say, no, I'm sorry, I'm not interested, they're nice. If they say, and then they go tell everybody, you wouldn't want to date them anyways. Those are disgustingly nasty people. Those are the girls that cheat. Those are the girls that you don't want to hang around. They ruin your energy. Fuck them. So there's nothing to be worried about being rejected, because the only person who rejects rudely, the only girls who do that are girls that you weird out. So as long as you're respectful, hey, you have a smile, nice to meet you, and if they reject you, oh sorry, have a good day. As long as you do that, they're gonna be really nice to you. You're never gonna get a bad rep from approaching girls. Unless they're a fucking asshole, which happens here and there, but you just gotta take the L. And that's why I recommend you go up to girls that you're never gonna see again, because then if one of them has something bad to say about you, then who the fuck cares? You're literally never gonna see them again. Now the strategy that I told these two boys, it's like, to wrap it all up, you just gotta ask yourself this one question. If you put all the info I told you in this whole video, and then you ask yourself this one question, you will fucking meet a girl. I don't care what you do with her, but you will meet a girl who likes you, romantically. Ask yourself, have I even gone up to 5 girls and made it clear that I was interested in them? You don't need to be overly clear. You don't need to be like, oh, there's some approaches I go and I'm like, yo, I would absolutely love to take you out. And there's some girls that I go up to and I'm like, hi, it's nice to meet you. I don't fuck with the intense approaches as much in my environment, because I'm gonna see a lot of the girls I approach again, most likely. What I fuck with is you go up, but as long as you're talking and you drop midway through the conversation, oh, you're very pretty. Oh, I really like your shirt. Some kind of little compliment. You make it a little bit clear. So when are we gonna hang out? Or like, you're gonna come on a date with me and you're gonna fall in love. You just drop one little like hint, like clear hint, bit of directness that you like them, and so you prevent yourself from turning into the friend or getting friend zoned, because I would rather be rejected than friend zoned, unless it's a girl who I'm already like friends with. I don't mind being friends with girls, side point, that's a really nice thing to do. And if I'm happy to talk to a lot of girls and just be friends, but if there's a girl that I'm strictly only interested in, I don't want to go up to her and she says, oh, I'm not interested in you, but we can be friends. No, then I would rather just not be friends in that case, because I can meet another girl who will want to be friends with me, who I don't like who I won't feel bad hanging around because I like them. Looks don't fucking matter, bruh. Because if they mattered, I would just spawn into the world and girls would come up to me. But that shit doesn't fucking happen to me, cunt. It pisses me the fuck off. Why don't girls just smile at me? I mean, okay, wait, that's not true, girls smile at me. But why don't girls just come up to me? The best I get is girls will walk past me and smile at me. And even if I don't have the confidence and the social skills, I'll see these girls walking past me and smile at me, and I won't even go up to those ones. When I have the social skills, and maybe a girl thinks I'm attractive, she smiles at me, I have the social skills to go up to her. That's the main factor. Looks is like 15%, social skills is 85%. If you don't even have the ability to have a conversation, then you can be fucking Drake, you can be like a 7-foot basketball player and get 0 play. I promise you, I've seen some guys who are way better looking than me getting nothing, because they don't understand it. It's not about your looks, bro. That's why, like Clavicular, he blew up because he told people that only looks matters. But the reason it blew up so well is because people want to hear that, so that they have a reason. Oh, that's why I'm not meeting any girls. That's why there's no one into me. Because they just blame it on their looks. Oh, well, I'm cooked. My looks aren't good. I'm cooked, so I'm never gonna get girls. Oh, when I'm lean, then I'll get girls, and then they never get lean. You could be fat and get girls today. Like, if you're just a funny, nice guy, you're just very friendly, you will get so fucking far in life, it will blow your mind. It's not looks, bro. If you want my advice on how I did this. Oh, by the way, I also did this social phase when I was like super short, skinny, fat. I also still had attention from girls and a social life, and my confidence was way lower. So that's another point. Like, when I was younger, I still pulled this off when I was ugly. So that's proof that it's possible. If you want my personal help, click the link in the description. It's a valid ass social skills course. Social skills equates to meeting girls. If you can talk to any guy and you're very friendly and funny, then you're gonna meet a girl through that. If you also have the confidence to approach, or you start like learning a little bit about girls, then you're gonna fucking dominate if you have the social skills. Either way, comment anything, any advice you have. If you don't like something I said here, debate me. Dude, I want to blow up. I want many people to see my videos because I know that I'm spitting straight facts. I know what I'm talking about. I've done this in my own life. I want as many people to be able to do the same. Subscribe, more social skills videos. Have a great day, bro. Check out the link in the description if you want my personal help.